This will be my last Novitiate program Dhamma preaching, but I will be here until the end. Tomorrow onwards, you are going to have such a wonderful, prominent Buddhist preachers to preach you Buddhism. Bhante Premaratana is on the way from USA. One of great teacher. So you are so, as Chief said, you are so fortunate. Okay, we'll respect to the Buddha first. When you respect to the Buddha, keep your backbone straight. Don't be like these. It's not, it's de-respecting. Just keep your backbone straight and keep your hands like this. Worship him with full confidence. It will automatically come you. Okay, keep your hand like this, everyone. Okay, we'll respect to the Buddha. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. The honor to be the blessed one, worthy one, fully enlightened one. Say sadhu. Okay. So, 45th Buddhist Novitiate program. Today is 20th December 2023. So now we are in 2 to 4 Dhamma talk at Buddhist Maha Vihara, isn't it? All right. So today the topic is 8 worldly conditions according to the Lokavipati Sutra. This is quite a difficult sutra. Not very famous one. Have you ever heard this before? Have you heard of this before? Yeah. Okay, good. So big sadhu to the Buddhist Maha Vihara BMV committee. They all giving this when I'm creating. They giving printouts and giving some helper to tidy up this. So every facility provided by the BMB. So, have you ever heard about 8 worldly conditions? Just keep the paper aside. Don't start to read it. We will have a time to read it. Okay? All right. So, have you ever heard about the 8 worldly conditions? No. Okay, some heard and some not. So, all right. So, we are very fortunate to came across in this sutra. So 8 worldly condition is some sort of a major teaching. What Buddha taught to understand the real life and to understand the Buddhism. Why I'm saying that? Because as human, we will face different kind of situations in our life. Is that so? Yeah. So, these 8 worldly conditions are always having attachment with this different kind of situations. It's indicate these different kind of situations. So, the Buddha said, if you are a noble person, if you are a noble person, if you are a wise person, you never get attached or away for this 8 worldly condition. All right. Okay. The 8 worldly concerns classify the attachments and aversion that yoke us to samsara. The cycle of suffering. They are the four hopes and corresponding four fears which cycle through endless until that is we discover enlightenment. Do you understand what I am saying? Which includes liberation from the 8 worldly concerns. Okay, that's me. These 8 worldly concerns classify, always indicate the attachments and aversion. These 2 words are the major key points of these 8 worldly conditions. So if somebody want to be the enlightened person, if somebody want to go in middle path, that means you should avoid the attachment and avoid the aversion for these 8 worldly conditions. Okay, we'll see what are the 8 worldly conditions. Gain, labha, loss, alabha, happiness, dukkha, suffering, happiness, sukha, suffering, dukkha, fame, yasa, infamy, ayasa, blame, ninda, praise, prasansa. Okay, these are the 8 worldly conditions which elaborate in Lokavipati Sutra. The failings of the world. Why it called the failings of the world? What do you mean by failing? I mean, if somebody asks you, what is the meaning of the word failing? Dying, okay. Losing, that is the exact word. What? Losing. What are the else? That means these 8 worldly conditions, imperfection of the world. These 8 worldly conditions always leading for you what? Suffering and fail. Lose something for you. So that's why Buddha said, when you are getting this kind of 8 situation, you have to be very smart. You have to think a lot. Okay, did you write this? I mean, if you want, you can. This is the summary actually. This is the summary. This is the 8 worldly condition. Take this paper, single one. Lokavipati Sutra, the 4 failings of the world. Monks, these 8 worldly conditions pain after the world, and the world's pain after these 8 worldly conditions. See? See that translation? Buddha said, "O monks, reverence, this 8 worldly conditions pain after the world. And the worst pain after these 8 worldly conditions." That means the world and these 8 worldly conditions have a good connection. They have good connection. Okay, you first write it. I know you all writing. Okay, I'll give you time to write. Gain, labha, loss, alabha, happiness, sukha, suffering, dukkha, fame, yasa, infamy, ayasa, blame, ninda, praise, prasansa. We can use both. Dukkha is the Pali term. Yeah, correct word. Some pronounce it as dukkha, but it's the correct word is dukkha. But it's according to the linguistic, it's different to the language. Some can pronounce well, some cannot. But the correct pronunciation is dukkha. Dukkha. suffering. All done? Okay. Shall we all together? Shall we read it 8 worldly condition? All together? Okay. Gain, labha. Loss, happiness, suffering, fame, infamy, blame, praise. Have you ever faced one of these? I have 8 of this. I have faced in my life for the 8 of these. Have you? Okay. So I gave you a half paper. Everybody have that half paper? Okay. Now, we are going to do an exercise. Okay? So write down write down the way you face for these 8 kind of worldly conditions in your life. Okay, for example, how do you react when you have gain? For example, you can write the incident, when I get a chocolate from my friend. Okay? How do you react it? When I lose my money, how I react it? Okay? So, be honest with you. That's what I want to take out to understand this sutra. Okay? Okay, write down that one by one. How do you react for these kind of situations? How do you react? Not the others react. How do you honestly react? Yeah. I mean, when you have gain, how do you react? When you lose, how you react? Yeah, one word enough. You can do like this. Gain, happiness, fame, praise, and put a big sign there and put one word. Whatever you want. Or one by one also you say. But you can see the difference of this every word. Because I want to take this out to understand you, the gain and happiness is two different. Happiness and fame is two different. Fame and praise, two different. So we are facing different conditions. Yeah, I mean, you're asking what do you mean by infamy? Infamy means somebody discriminate you. For example, fame means we are very prominent in the world. So everybody will love you. Infamy means the other side of that. When you're prominent, people respect you, people appreciate you, people love you. But on the other side, the infamy means you lose everything of that. Understand, Venerable Paduma? Okay, welcome. For this, equally concerns. Can, because finally all this sutta, Buddha preached that when you have the gain and loss, pay attention equally. Face both equally. So we can use that term also. But I mean, the prominent and the actual word is 8 worldly condition. According to my judgment, the upasikas face more, more experience, I think. Upasikas have more experience. They are writing. Good. Yes. Good. Rather than listening, this would be a good, exercise. Because you are sitting and listening. That's it. Finally say 3 times sadhu.
Become greedy or happy.
I didn't hear you.
I become greedy and happy.
You're becoming and happy. Okay. So we'll pass to the mic to the Venerable Chandraratana. How do you feel when you lose?
Sad, angry.
Angry?
That's all.
Okay. Venerable Ratana, how do you feel when you're happy? Yogi, mic.
Sorry. Happy?
Happy. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Next. How do you feel when you suffer something? Dukkha.
Suffering.
Yeah. Dukkha.
I feel sad also when I'm suffering. Sadness.
Sad and suffer. Okay. Would you please pass the mic to the Upasika side? Okay. Sister Samadhi. How do you feel when you have fame?
I feel elated and feel thrilled. Yeah.
Okay. Can you keep your mics a little bit here? Yeah. Tell it again.
Yeah. I feel elated.
Elated.
And feeling like very, very happy, very thrilled. Like that.
Okay. So, Sister Subha. Yeah. Infamy. How do you feel infamy?
Unhappy.
Unhappy.
Very angry.
Very angry. So how your face becoming then? Wow, beautiful. Like that. Okay. So I'm going, Sister Sumeda. She's so quiet today. After listening my Dhamma sermon yesterday. So how do you, express or how do you feel blame in your life? Have you ever blamed before?
Being blamed and blame, yes, both.
Have you ever blamed in your life before?
Yes.
Okay, so how do you feel it?
Angry.
Angry?
Not happy.
Not happy.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to give the mic to Sister Karuna. How do you feel when you are praised?
It's okay. I don't feel
It's okay.
Yeah.
You said it's okay.
Yes.
Okay, whatever happened, it's okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now, I give you to write a paper to see yourself. From the paper, you can see now yourself. How I react to those things. So, for example, I'm taking me as. So, when we gain, when we happy, when we fame, when we praise, we smile a lot. All these things can see from our face and the body actions, behaviors. Some days people asking from us, no, today your mood is very good. Like that? You're so happy, no, today? Is there any reason for that? Some people asking like that. Sometimes people say, so you look so sad. Why is that? Are you okay? Like that? So that's mean all these things can seen by our appearance, from our face. So why this kind of 8 worldly condition we show to the world? Because we feel that. Isn't it? Because we feel that. All right. So Buddha says that when you are gain, you're so happy. When you're lost, you're so sad. So when you're happy, you're so happy. When you suffer, you're sad again. And sad, stress, moody, all the things coming, including to this. Want to isolate. When you're happy, we want to talk with everybody. Talkative. But when you get sad, you want to be alone, isolating yourself. Don't want to talk with anybody. Like that. And also, sometimes you're for fame. We call famous, or getting interaction from everyone. Everybody love you. Everybody respect you. But there are incidents we face for the infamy. Nobody respect you. You get lot of problems. People neglect you. Sometimes they see you, but they just act that they didn't see you. There are certain situations we faced like that. And also, so we have praised everybody. Always, appreciate you. And says that you are a very good person. And good job, like that. They are saying good job, like that. And there are some certain situation, blame you even though you right or wrong. People blame you. People scold you. People discriminate you. So the Buddha says in Lokavipati Sutra, O monk, these 8 worldly conditions span after the world, and the world spanned after these 8 worldly conditions. Okay? So do you understand? Okay, take this paper. Yes.
For example, when you work in your company and people blame you, it's hard. When I was young, I react much different than when I get older. Now it don't hurt me so much anymore. But also praise when you're young. When somebody praise you, you feel like a peacock, you feel very happy
just
about.
like
But when you get older and you see all the situations again for many times, not only with yourself but also with other people, it also feel very uncomfortable because it feels a little bit like cosmetic,
Because of the experience.
Because of the experience.
That's the word. Because of the experience is changed. That I'm coming to that point. We are very good that he understood that before. In his life, maybe that he's in a monastery. That's why. That's mean. We are coming to that point also. All these things are changing every time. So we more to go. We will come to that point. Okay, so at this point I want to understand you, what is this 8 worldly condition? These 8 worldly condition are connect with the human life, connect with the world. So we all have to face this 8 worldly condition. Even me as a Sangha community member, even you as a lay people, we all have to face this 8 worldly condition. All right. So shall we have the paper? Okay. The first paper. Monks, these 8 worldly conditions span after the world, and the world span after these 8 worldly conditions. Which 8? Gain, loss, state, insignificance. Okay. Praise, criticism, pleasure, and pain. Okay? These are the 8 worldly conditions, the span after the world, and the world span after these 8 worldly conditions. That's said in Lokavipati Sutra. Okay? For an unstructured run-of-the-mill person, there arise gain, lose status, insignificance. Good, huh? I said it again. Praise, criticism, pleasure, and pain. For a well-instructed disciple of the noble ones, there also arise again. Lost status, insignificance, praise, criticism, pleasure, and pain. So what distinguish factor in there between the well-instructed disciple of the noble ones and the unstructured run-of-the-mill person? Okay, when we go to the Pali text, you have the other Pali text also. I took the both translation because I think it's will useful for you. Attime bhikkave loka dhamma lokang anupravattanti. Lokocha atta loka dhammang anuparivattanti. Katame atta. Amongst these 8 worldly conditions, pain after the world, and the world's pain after these 8 worldly conditions. Which 8? Lobhacha, alobhacha, yasocha, ayosocha, nindacha pasancha, dukkhamcha, dukkham, sukkhamcha, dukkham. Ime ko bhikkave, atta loka dhamma lokang anupari vattanti. Lokocha ime atta loka dhamme anuparivatanti. Okay, gain, loss. Can anybody read that? With whom? The mic? Mic? You can read it. Yes, you can read this. Venerable Chandana?
What I have to read?
This one? You was not in the class? Gain, loss. Are you in Thailand?
No. Gain, loss, status, disgrace, censure, praise, pleasure, and pain. These are the 8 worldly conditions that spin after the world. And the world spins after these 8 worldly conditions.
Okay, the Buddha says that introducing 8 worldly conditions and said all these world conditions in the world and its world spin after these 8 worldly conditions and worldly conditions spin after the world. Okay. So again Buddha saying that, so by going through it takes time, so now we know that in this sutra it's elaborate the 8 worldly condition. Okay, that's mean in this sutra it's elaborate the 8 worldly condition. Okay, so we'll move to that one. Okay, we'll talk about the gain and loss first. What is gain and what is loss? How to face it? Okay, can everybody see this? Here, gain labho and loss alabho. During one's lifetime, whether one is a lay person or monastic and unenlightened or an unenlightened being, it is inevitable that each and everyone will be subject to some form of gain and loss. Okay? For the householders, they may be gain and loss in terms of material, possessions and assets, family members, friends and relatives, and even immaterial things such as relationships, status, reputation, etc. For the monastic who depend on the donation for the householders, gain and loss can be considered in terms of their essential requisites such as robe, chivara, food, pindapata, lodging, shelter, senasana, and medicine, gilana pacha. Okay. What it's described, that's mean the gain and loss, labho and alabho, both can face from. Some people think that the reverence, if we the member of a community, they don't have this kind of thing. They never face this kind of thing. But Buddha says that if you are a human, but the way is different. For example, as I mentioned here, the reverence face labha, alabha, gain, loss in different way. And the lay people face in different way. For us actually, gain or loss is only for the 4 requisites. We don't have the relationship problems. We don't have the status problem. We don't have any kind of friends problem or any social problem. We don't have. Because of that, the gain or loss depend on our 4 requisites. But the lay people, they have a lot. Materialistic things and spiritual things, we can say. Okay? For example, You can lose your relations. That is a spiritual one, which thoroughly affected the mentality. Okay? But if you are losing your money, house, your jewelries, your vehicle, those are materialistic things that can earn again. That can earn again. But the spiritual things, which directly affect the mentality, cannot be gained again. That's what I want to give you the understanding. Okay? And the other side, we'll think that like this. For us, if we are eating, if we have. If not, we can be silent. We can maintain whatever we have. We don't have lot of ambitions. If today we have only rice and curry, we eat that. If it is today we have only rice, we eat that. If I have only this robe, I wear that. If I have floor to sleep, I sleep it over there. I'm not well. If only I have the coriander powder with me, I'm going to have that. So that's the difference between lay life and venerable life. We are so simple. We don't have a lot of ambitious things in our life. So, however, that's why Buddha said the lay life is more complicated. Isn't it? You are so responsible. We are only responsible for what? Dhamma and Vinaya. Only for that. But you are responsible for this lot of things in your life. Isn't it? For the parents, for children, for the relations, for the earn. You have to put food for your table, bills, tax, everything there which make you more complex. Okay, that's why Buddha said the gain and loss both are in the every life. And both, I'm coming to the topic which we have to commonly talk. I will come to that. So we'll move to the next one, fame and infamy. Okay. This can be read by the Venerable Susila.
Ordinary worldly beings also crave for fame and popularity, believing that then happiness and success in life depend on their popularity among others, such as the family members, friends, relatives, colleagues, and others in the society. They cannot cope with any unpopularity or negative comments about themselves, which they consider to be a direct personal attack on their integrity. In indicating a failure in their success and worth, they are ignorant of the fact that every human being is exposed to such unpopularity and negative comments sometime during their life, and that they are transient and will not last permanently. As one's fame develops and spreads, one is likely to receive ever more blame than previously, as it is a natural tendency for people to blame people with more fame and popularity than those with no fame or popularity. A Buddhist disciple who practices the Buddha's teachings should aim to be mindful and be able to maintain equanimity in the face of both fame and disgrace.
Yes, that's my clarification about this. So, the fame, really hard to maintain, isn't it? When you have a good fame, when you have a big dignity, if you are a big character in the world, really hard to maintain it. Why? Always people keeping the eyes on you. Always the news going here and there. Whenever you are going, the we call cameramans. Yeah, paparazzi. They coming. Can you remember the story of Mrs. Diana? My mind came because of this. Diana, until she died, she didn't have a private life. All famous. I mean, they are not single. They are plural to the world. They don't have private life. All common. Everything common. See the film stars? President in your country, president in my country, chief monk of this temple, they all having a fame. So, I mean, they have to be very considered. And also the other thing Buddha expressed here, the person who have lot of fame, having a fear always. Having a fear. For what they fear? Lost the fame. I will lose my fame. Every time they are thinking. They have to be very concerned. And always having a fear. Always stressful. Always stressful. So that's why Buddha said. And also when you have infame also. You get stress. So see. Gain also you get stress. Lose also you get stress. And then when you have the fame also you get stress. When you have the infamy also you get stress. So very hard to maintain these things. Always our mind and our heart have fear. Even though, for example, if I gain lot of money, I am having a fear. What kind of fear I get? Yeah, somebody will steal this, somebody will kill me to take this. So how can I spend this money? Like that, many kind of fears. So if you lose also something, you get stress. So how can we say, we'll come to that point later. Okay, now you understand what is fame and what is infamy? Okay, what is yaso and what is ayaso? All right. We'll go to the praise and blame. Prasansa and ninda. Okay, I'm going to give the mic to Venerable Visuddhi.
Unenlightened worthy beings are eager to receive praise from others around them and react to them with delight and craving, while feeling unhappy and dejected when they hear any criticism, disapproval, or blame about themselves or their activities. This is due to the wrong belief that one's happiness, worth, and recognition in the society depends on the validations and approval that they receive from the others in the form of praise. Even if one's behavior and actions deserve to be criticized and disapproved, one is unable to receive them and correct oneself. They are also ignorant of the fact that it is natural for all human beings to receive both praise and blame sometimes during their life in small or large quantities. The Buddha has stated that there is no one in this world who is always praised or always blamed during one's lifetime. There are many instances in the Buddhist literature where even the Buddha was blamed and accused by many people.
Yes. I'm going to tell the stories now. Okay, to learn you. The praise and blame. So, we believe that as Buddhist, as a human, the ultimate and the maximum stage of our human life is become the enlightened person. Is that true? We believe that as Buddhist human, we believe that the ultimate and maximum stage is, as a human, we can become to enlightened person. That means we know the enlightened person don't have any attachment, any aversion, any feelings, with lot of wisdom. So the Buddha, Gautama Buddha, as a human, he faced all these praise and blames. For example, there are many devas, many kings, many human beings, many villagers came to him and listened to the Dhamma and appreciate him, praise him, and become monks and nuns. Okay? And many devas there who attend to the liberation by listening to his Dhamma. Okay? And also, they really appreciate him. They gave lot of temples in every village. They request to come for the alms. They build up lot of temples to stay to the Buddha. We call Jetavanarami is a huge temple, not a small one, with all the comfort. That comfort according to that time. So these kind of things Buddha face. And also, one lady, we call prostitute. Is it okay to use that name? I'm sorry, I'm not insulting anybody. I want to tell the story, okay? One prostitute came with a big, stomach, and said that in front of the society, you are preaching here. I'm pregnant with your baby. You are preaching others everything impermanence. Be virtuous, be disciplined. But your baby, I'm pregnant with your baby. In front of the society. See how blame Buddha get? This is Samma Sambuddha, the enlightened one, the person who understands the Four Noble Truths. The person who we still worship after 2,500 years. So what he said? He had an argument. How could you tell that this is my baby? We will go for the DNA. Did he? No. Thing is, and also, this is one story. Another story. One Brahmana came. Can you remember the Vasala Sutra also? Yesterday. Buddha got blamed as outcast. Brahmana, blame. You are an outcast person in front of the society. And you are a beggar with the shaved hair. Wearing the clothes collecting from the cemeteries. Do you have that knowledge about the robe? The robes are made in the Buddhist time by collecting the materials from the cemeteries. Okay. So people blamed, insult to the Buddha. Did Buddha averse? Did Buddha had an aversion with that? What was the answer Buddha gave when the praise and blame? What was the answer? If somebody wise here can tell, not wife, I know that you are a wife. Wise. Keep quiet, noble, silent, very good. Buddha always maintained noble silence in front of everything. Finally, maybe after a lot of time, everybody understand that was wrong. Then the female prostitute story said that one god saw this. My goodness, this lady blaming to the Samma Sambuddha. And he become a what? Mouse. Because this lady was keeping timbers in the stomach. and showing that I'm pregnant. Okay? He become a mouse and went there and eat that, what you call, string which tied together. Then in front of all the timbers went down. Baby came out. See? Huh? Nowadays we don't have any devas to look at us. Can't come and help us. We don't think, they bless us. So think that, and also I would like to say something about my life. Would you like to learn that? Okay, as a young nun. So I become a nun in my 16 years and now I'm 32. Okay? So from my whole this path, as a Sri Lankan young nun, I face a lot of praise and more than that blame. Okay? Because Sri Lanka is a third developing country, okay, male dominant, and most of the Buddhist nuns are not educated. They are doing their education in last decade, starting from last decade. Okay, very recently, they got chance to learn in government school, government universities. So I am the first Buddhist nun who selected for the English medium Buddhist studies in Sri Lanka. I got lot of blames. Because I'm special. No one in the university, one and all Buddhist nuns were me. Okay. So think about my situation with lot of Maha Sangha. One and only female representative. So I had a big stress. And also, we didn't have a smooth path. Okay? So we have to work in the temple and go to the university. We are starting our journey from the 3 o'clock in the morning. Doing all the things. I'm with my chief nun. Still I'm with my chief nun. I'm look after them all. So we were struggling with lot of problems. We didn't have road to walk to our temple. Very small road. So we have to walk more than 1 kilometer to take the bus to go to university. Most of the people, when they look me, they are asking, you are coming for a big family? Because of my size, I don't know. They are asking, I'm hopefully that you are coming for a big family and coming from education background. No, I did everything from my own self. Sacrifices many things in my life. So finally, after 4 years, I became the first Buddhist nun who took the super first class from the university as an undergraduate. It was not easy. Then again, people start to blame. This female, the female got something, they try to blame. This is common, I think you all can understand. Okay, this is very common to every society. Okay, they try to blame if a female doing something success, that they try to put them down by blaming, by making stories. But I didn't stop. I started to work as a visiting lecturer in my university because I got the first class. Again they start. She got the appointment because of the things. See? That's the world. But I didn't stop. I completed my Masters of Philosophy also. Anyhow, lot of problems was there. But I did it. After doing that, I started to preach in English. I was not so good in English. But however, I can manage. You can understand what I'm saying, no? That's what I want. Coming here and telling big English words. I don't think that it will work. If whatever I'm saying, if you can understand, that I think I success, that I won't. So again I started to preach in the countries. Again I got lot of problem. With the Mahasangha also. Okay, so but However, I always think, failures, putting you down, is showing. When my mother always gave me advice when I was very small. You believe that if somebody closes you one door, that means you will open more doors in the future. Then I kept that in my mind every time. Still, even though now I'm stable, I'm not stable, even though now I can travel along, even though I can do lot of preaching in the world, still I faced that discriminations. Sometimes when I go somewhere, I was looking at, is there any chair for me? Sometimes they won't keep a chair for us. These kind of things we face. But all the time I maintain what? Noble silence. I didn't argue with anybody because I believe my conscience. Always. Still I believe my conscience. I know one day I can change Sri Lankan Buddhist nuns' history. That's what I want to. I want to see more Buddhist nuns who coming out and preaching to the world like me. So in this path, I have a lot of discrimination. For example, as I said you earlier, maybe that I'm not perfect in English, but how can I manage it? Okay, how can I manage? And I would like to thank especially Buddhist Maha Vihara. They believe me. This is the third time they are giving a chance because they saw some plus point from me. So they took that decision without any hesitation, and first time, second time, this is the third time. In this year, they invited me, come and do this. So I think that all my praise and blames worked. That's why I always say, if the Buddha have to face these things, if the Arahant have to face these things, who we are? Who we are? We are not Arahant. Are we Sotapan? Is there any Sotapan? Are we Arahant? No. So everybody can make mistake until they enter to the Arahantship. So every time we have to keep that in your mind. Whenever you get praise, whenever you get blame, treat equal and maintain the noble silence. Because when we are getting praise, we are so happy. We are enjoying that. When we are get blames, we are arguing that. Going to prove ourselves. You are going to prove yourself. We don't want to prove ourselves anywhere. There are certain situations that you have to open your mouth. But most of the time, noble silence will be the answer for the most of the question. For example, in your family life, husband and wife both together cannot argue. If you both started to argue in the same time, what would be the final outcome? Yes. Bomb blast. Beat each other. Maybe that they go for a divorce. They will separate. That's why if somebody gets angry, somebody have to be calm. That you can rotate it. Today you got angry, I'm patient. Today I got angry, you be patient. That's how the success in your life. Okay, now praise and blame everybody have to face this, but you have to go in middle part to face these things. Okay. The next one, very important one. Pleasure, sukha, pain, dukkha. Or the other hand, we can use these terms as What is that? Happiness and suffering. It's also can use by that. All right. We'll give the mic to the Sister Mudita.
Pleasure, sukha, and pain, dukkha. The natural tendency of the unenlightened worldly beings is to enjoy pleasures, pleasant sensations, and to reject any unpleasant sensations. They are preoccupied with pleasurable sensations received from the external objects, such as pleasant visual objects, sounds, smells, tastes, touches, and mental objects through the six senses. The six sense doors of the eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, and the mind. When they receive pleasant objects, they react to them with desire, delight, and craving for even more pleasant experiences. At the same time, they react to any unpleasant experiences with ill will, aversion, and rejection. They react thus due to the false belief that pleasant experiences are necessary for one's success and happiness, and the unpleasant experiences are detrimental to one's success and happiness in life.
For your age, you are so good. Okay. Now, see, can you remember I taught you one day about the organs and the object, sensual object, senses, and everything. So that time I taught you 5. But in some teaching we use 6 with the mind. Okay. So all these sukha, dukkha, or pleasure or pain coming through what? Coming through what? Senses. The happiness or suffering coming through eye. As I got so many examples for this that day. Happiness or suffering coming through our ear, nose, tongue, body, and mind. How you takes it? How you takes it? For example, for me, sandalwood. You know the sandalwood? So it's so fragrant. For the Bante Chandana, maybe no. I just take as example. Okay, maybe he more love jasmine. Okay, maybe. So it's depend to the person. So the way how you takes, maybe I'm suffering with having 2 girls. A mother will be suffering because I have only 2 girls. I was expecting a boy. 1 girl and 1 boy. I mean, for example. Maybe another mother thank for the God to have 2 girls. See the way how different. So all these sukha or dukkha depends on your what? Senses and your expectation. How you get it.
This is due to the inherence of the universal characteristics of any physical and mental phenomena that they are impermanent, anicca, unsatisfactory, dukkha, and lack any substantiality, non-self. It is also due to the wrong belief that one's happiness and unhappiness are caused by one's pleasant and unpleasant external experiences in life. Both pleasant and unpleasant sensations are associated with sufferings to the person experiencing them. The unpleasant sensations is suffering by its very nature. While the present sensations will lead to suffering when it ceases due to its transient nature. The Buddhist teaching does not advocate denial or avoidance of any present experiences altogether, but to experience them with equanimity, with no craving or attachment for pleasant experiences or aversion for unpleasant experiences, with an understanding of their condition and transient nature.
Okay, the same thing. Okay? So we are coming to your point, little bit. All this sukha, dukkha, praise, gain, lost, everything are under what? Impermanence. So how it's become impermanence? As we'll take the example, he said, when you are young, so when you get blamed, you react in a different way. Young money, cash money, like that. You have a very big strength, and quickly you get angry. Quickly you respond. And also when you get a praise, when you get a sukha, happiness, also you react in a different way. You are very cheerful. You are celebrating that in your young age. As he mentioned, when you are getting, day by day old, matured, that's the word. When you are matured, you react all these things in different way. Because of your experience. That impermanence. I'm asking, every sukha or dukkha, every happiness or suffering is permanent. Is permanent? No. Now we are happy here. Only for this moment. Tomorrow we will happy for another thing. Now we are sad for something. For example, the day your mother died, you had a big pain, isn't it? And you was crying and it was a really suffering for you. But now, it's actually you are sad, but it's one of incident in your past, isn't it? Change. The time and the experience change everything. That's Buddha said, nothing permanent in this world. We think that our all relationships will be permanent and equal. Every time they will treat us equal way. No. Everything changing. So the person who can understand this impermanence will be the wise person in this world. And then they know that why this impermanence coming, because of the dukkha. Because the dukkha, everything dukkha in this world, everything suffering in this world. Birth is suffering. Becoming old is suffering. Getting illnesses, suffering. Dying is suffering. What else? Associate with the bad people, suffering. Separate from the loving ones, suffering. All five aggregates, suffering. Okay. So you understood anicca, impermanence. You understood then why this impermanence come, because of the dukkha. Then what's the next? Anatta, non-self. You don't have any attachment with your life. You will understand the reality of life. Okay? So for example, they love their hair very much. Isn't it? I saw when they are coming here, they had lovely hairs. So they remove the attachment. So kind of things. I mean, they understood that all these things impermanent. One day I have to leave everything and die. So because of that, we should get maximum advantage of human life. Can dog listen to the Dhamma? Can dogs, you know dogs, pets, listen to the Dhamma? Understand the Dhamma? Can birds listen to the Dhamma? Understand the Dhamma? No. Can you listen to the Dhamma? Understand the Dhamma? Okay, see the difference? So you have a higher mind, higher life because of your wholesome deeds you have done in your sansara. So take that maximum advantage. You have a good ears. You have good eyes to see the truth, to hear the truth, speak truth, and understand the reality. So why don't you use this? We don't know how we will born in next life. Have you anybody know that who are we in past lives? Do you know that how? No. Do you know how we will born again? No. We only know what? This life. So take maximum advantage of this life. I mean, try to understand the anicca, dukkha, anatta. Everything impermanence here. Nothing permanent. Even our body. See? If we love ourselves a lot, no? If I ask somebody, to whom you love most? Everybody say, for me. You love yourself. But can you stop impermanence of your body? No. No. Can you stop becoming old? No. Can you stop becoming ill? No. See? Then how can stop other things? So, but the thing is, we are trying to change other people, which are impermanent. So that's why Buddha said, try to understand impermanence, and try to understand dukkha, and try to understand anatta. That means impermanence, suffering, and non-self. So you will have nice conversation regarding this in the night. Today, open conversation. You can learn a lot of things from the Bhantes today in the night. All right, next one. We'll give to where's the mic? Okay, give Sister Samadhi.
And enlightened beings react to the 8 worldly conditions with craving or aversion as they possess the 3 mental defilements of greed, raga, aversion, dosa, and delusion, moha. There are 8 noble persons who have attained the path or the fruition of one of the 4 supra-mundane stages of the Buddha path of liberation by cultivating the noble 8-fold path. The supra-mundane stages are stream enterer, sotapattana, once returner, sakadagami, non-returner, anagami, and the arahant. An arahant who has totally eradicated the mental defilements will be unshaken by any of the 8 worldly conditions. A non-returner who has eradicated the 2 factors of desire for sensual pleasure, kamaraga, and aversion, patiga, may also not react to the 8 worldly condition.
Okay, now, an unenlightened being raised to the 8 worldly condition with craving or aversion as they possess the three mental defilement. Okay, what are the three mental defilement? Greed, raga, aversion, dosa, delusion, moha. What is greed? Raga means what? We can, the lobha is inside the raga. Craving. We call raga means sensual pleasure. We are looking for a sensual pleasure. Raga means the greedy, craving inside this one. We can use greedy also, this one, raga. So same name, same term we can use. Raga means you are looking for a sensual pleasure. Always want to entertain, craving. Looking for the happiness, looking for the entertainment. Okay? You have lot of cravings. That's raga. Dosa? The opposite of that. Not opposite, aversion. When you don't like it, you have aversion with that. That means when you like it, you have attachment, like a raga. You love it. But when you don't like it, you have what? Dosa. That means aversion. So what is delusion? Moha means what? Not knowing, not understanding, and not wise. Not open the eyes. That is delusion. Ignority, that's the word. Thank you. Ignority. That you have lot of ignorance with you. They are 8 noble persons who have attained the path of fruition of one of the 4 supermundane stage. As I talked yesterday or day before yesterday, the 4 maggas and 4 palas. The 4 paths and 4 risas. Okay? 8 ways we have. As we all have to eradicate 10 fetters, isn't it? Can anybody remember? Okay, I'm going to ask. Who can be the Sotapanna? Yes, I know you are a good student. Don't give answers, okay? I'll go to ask them. Okay. First 3 fetters. Who get rid from the first 3 fetters become Sistanusa, Anoma? Who will that person? The person who? I know you was in the, I thought that you were in the refreshment room in your mind. I'm asking, who can be the Sotapanna? From the 10 fetters, what you have to reduce? I taught you yesterday or day before yesterday. Naughty? Okay, what? First 3 fetters. Okay. Remember that. All right. Who can be the Sakadagami? First 5. First 5 from the 10 aggregates. 10 fetters, sorry. 10 fetters. And who can be the Anagami? Automatically, when you cross the 5 and 6, you are in the Anagami stage. Then who can be the Arahant? All the 10 fetters. So, keep this in your mind. If somebody asks, okay, you are saying that you are a Buddhist. So, what's your liberation? Somebody can ask, no? How do you measure your liberation? If somebody asks, how do you give the answers? Yeah, you have to, you have to give the answers. Our liberation is arahantship or enlightenment. How to enlighten? But, how to enlighten? By get rid from the 10 fetters. So what are the 10 fetters? You have to tell this. This one, this one, this one. Sammaditthi, Vichikicca, Silabbata Paramasa, like that. I know that my good students can remember. Isn't that so? Okay. So that's how. Then if somebody want to be Sotapanna, have to reduce first 3. If somebody want to be Sakadagami, have to reduce first 5. If somebody want to be Anagami, first 6. And if somebody want to be Arahant, all 10. Okay, so this 8 worldly condition always help you to be this path. Isn't it? Okay, and also a non-returner who has eradicated the 2 fetters, desire for the sensual pleasure, kama, raga and patigha. That means when you become non-returner, that means Sakadagami, only you lose your sensual pleasure. Until you like for the sensual pleasure. Did you get my point? Can I say that again? Okay. Now, we know the second level is Anagami. Is that so? Homie, you are looking at me just like a tiger. Why is that? So, for example, okay, I'll go to the board. Which make me fear. Okay. 10 fetters. There are 10 fetters. Okay? All right. So to the Sotapanna, how many have to reduce? 3. First 3. What is the second one? What is the second one? First Sotapanna. Second one? Sakadagami. Sakadagami. That is first 5. Okay. That means I want to tell you, until you attain to the Sakadagami level, until that means until you reduce first 5 fetters, you all have this raga with you, sensual pleasure with you. Even though you are a Sotapanna person, you are still attracted to the sensual pleasure until you reduce the kama raga, the 6th one, 5th one, kama raga. Do you understand? Okay, that's what I want to tell you. Until, that means the Sotapanna people also still have that sensual pleasure with them. Okay? Yeah, until, Sotapanna people. They are, even though they reduce Sakkaya Ditti, Vichikicca and Silabbata Paramasa, until they attend to the Sakadagami, they will have the Kama Raga with themselves. So do you understand that? Okay. And aversion, patiga, may also react in worldly condition. That means until we attend to the Sakadagami, we will face for this 8 worldly condition. Do you understand what I'm saying? Until you attend to the Sakadagami, you have to face this 8 worldly condition. Okay? We'll give mic to the Sister Karuna.
However, the stream enterer and the once returner who still possess those 2 fetters will react to the worldly conditions with craving or aversion, though less than ordinary world beings. Two examples from the Buddhist literature are the stories about Visakha, the chief benefactress of the Buddha, and Ananta Bintika, who was the chief benefactor of the Buddha. Both of them whom attained the stage of stream enterer. One day, Visakha had come to see the Buddha in a distressed state following the death of one of her granddaughters, and similarly, Ananda Bintika, who had visited the Buddha on a different occasion in a distressed state following the death of his daughter.
Okay. So again we are coming up. That's why I put your name as Vishaka. Did you get the point? Did you see the name? Ah, okay. That's a Buddhist name. The chief benefactress. Okay, it's okay. Yeah, here Visakha. This is Visakha. Same. Vishaka means the Sanskrit name. Okay, all right. We use S for that. Okay. That's mean again the Buddha said, the stream enter and one's returner who still possess those two fetters will react the worldly condition with craving aversion through the less than ordinary world beings. Okay, and even though you are a Sotapanna person, still you have the aversion and reaction for the 8 worldly condition. For example, the story saying that Visakha is the chief benefactress of the Buddha Sasana. We have lot of stories about Visakha, chief benefactress in the Buddha Sasana. She became Sotapanna when she was 7 years old. Okay? When she was 7 years old, she became Sotapanna. Okay, and she married and had 20 children. So think, until Sakadagami, you have what? Kamaraga, sensual pleasure. That's what I want to teach you. Until Sakadagami, you have the Kamaraga. Then how he going to have 20 babies then? Kamaraga, sensual pleasure. And see the other thing the Buddha said that she had a long life. She was alive until 120 years. Okay? So when she was 120 years, her granddaughters died. The granddaughters died. She can see that. So she went to the Buddha, said, then I'm so sad. Why? Still I am alive. My granddaughters die. My daughters die. My sons die. But still I am alive. This is a person, Sotapanna person. That's why Buddha said, until you become Sakadagami, you face these 8 worldly conditions. Sukha dukkha. Labha, alabha. Yasa ayasa, ninda, prasansa. Understand? Okay, and also, the Anathapindika, the chief benefactor, he also becomes Sotapanna, but he went to the Buddha and showed the stress to losing the, what? Daughter. That's mean, until, again I'm saying, until the Sakadagami, you are having the Kamaraga, sensual pleasure. Okay. Okay, I'm going to give the mic to Sister Saddha.
In the Patama Loka Dhamma Sutta of the Anguttara Nikaya, the Buddha has stated that the 8 worldly conditions, gain and loss, fame and disgrace, praise and blame, pleasure and pain, are impermanent, transient and subject to change. In another discourse named Dutiya Loka Dham Sutta, also known as the Lokavipati Sutra.
Excuse me, the same sutta. Lokavipati Sutra and Dutiya Lokadhamma Sutta is same.
Of Anguttara Nikaya, which will be described in detail later in this article. The Buddha has described the 8 worldly conditions and how unenlightened beings welcome the conditions such as gain, fame, praise, and pleasure, while rejecting the conditions such as loss, disgrace, blame, and pain.
Okay, so in this paragraph, I'm giving you some reference. Write down with you in this paper, in this article, write down in the behind of this other side. So we can learn more about this 8 worldly condition from Patama Loka Dhamma Sutra in Anguttara Nikaya. Write down, to more reference. You can read more, you can study more from this. You can find these things in internet. Just Google the sutra, you will have all the details. Patama Loka Dhamma Sutra of Anguttara Nikaya and also Dutiya Loka Dhamma Sutra and Lokavipati Sutra, both in Anguttara Nikaya. In the Maha Mangala Sutta of the Sutta Nipata of Khuddaka Nikaya, collection of the Buddha's minor discourses, the Buddha has stated how an enlightened Arahant is unmoved by any of the 8 worldly conditions which the Buddha has described as a great blessing. Okay? Puttassa loka dhammehi chittang yassana kampati asokam virajankemang etam mangala muttamang. Shall we read it? Try to read it. Puttassa loka. Very good. A mind unshaken by worldly vicissitudes, sorrowless, stainless and secure. This is the greatest blessing. Okay, if you want, you can write down this one. That means the Buddha explains that. How Arahant is unmoved by any of the 8 worldly conditions. Puttassa loka dhammehi chittang yassana kampati asokam virajankemang etam mangala muttamang. A mind unshaken by the worldly vicissitudes, sorrowless, stainless and secure. This is the greatest blessing.
I heard in a talk, I can't remember where, so Sadagagami has not fully eradicated the 4th and the 5th. They have reduced, but only at the Anagami stage they have eradicated the first 5. So
I didn't get to. Sister, can you put the mask down and talk?
Oh, okay.
Okay, then I can see your mouth, then I can understand what you're saying.
Just now, Bhikkhuni was explaining Sadagagami has eradicated the first 5. So, but I get a bit confused because I heard in one of the talk, I can't remember. Yeah. So, Sadagagami has not totally eradicated the 4th and 5th, but they have reduced it to a very great extent.
Actually, Sakadagami and Anagami, the both have to reduce 5 and 6. Am I right? Yes. But this Sakadagami, Anagami is very close. So the Anagami person definitely reducing 5. Sakadagami person, sorry. Yes, Sakadagami person reducing first 5, definitely. So when you attain to this level, only then you can move to the Anagami. Anagami with the 6th one, you are reducing the 6th one. Actually, these 2 parts are very closer with each other. But definitely, For the Sakadagami, actually, you have to reduce first 5. It's 3 and 4, it's shakable. Maybe that it for the Anagami, until the Anagami, it can be little bit. But for my understanding, when you are attained to the Sakadagami and Anagami, it means the first 6 are fully eradicate from the first 6 fetters. Okay?
Is Anagami still a human form?
Yes, we are non-returner. Anagami means non-returner. We are not in a human form. I was think about her question. It's not in human world. Yeah.
Just to add for that, actually Sotapanna totally eliminated the first 3.
Yeah, verse 3.
The first 3 factors, while Sakadagami has eradicated up to 5 factors,
Yes.
but it is still a small amount, still not eradicated. But Anagami have totally eliminated the 5 factors. Okay, they are going to the 6.
That's what you're asking me.
Yeah, she's the one.
Okay.
So actually, all is human being. But if they cannot achieve while they are in human, upon passing away, they become the fruits. So the Anagami, when they pass away, while they are human being, just like Arahant, they are human being, or during the pass away, when they achieve Parinibbana. But Anagami won't come back to the earth. They will from that, I think I can't recall which heaven already.
Yes, Brahma Loka.
Where they will from there onwards, will just, they don't call Parinibbana.
Parinibbana. Just vanish.
Just vanish.
Yeah. I just want to tell you that they are in Brahma Loka. The people who are Anagami, most of the time, they are in Brahma Loka. So that's why we tell that that stage, actually, we don't have a call Nirvana,
they are no longer.
No, that means they are vanish from your whole.
They won't attain Arahanthood also. They won't call that also.
Yeah.
It's just there.
Too complicated.
Only Buddhas know.
Yeah. All right. So we have only 5 minutes. I will move to this one very soon. Okay. Can you pass to mic for Venerable Ratana? Since my last last Dhamma sermon, I would like
The mind of an Arahant who has eradicated all the mental defilements is unshaken when confronted by the 8 worldly vicissitudes of gain and loss, fame and disgrace, praise and blame, and pleasures and pain, and is able to face them with a total equanimity. A Buddhist disciple should be able to consider the possibility that some pleasant and agreeable life experience and unpleasant and unagreeable life experience are likely to be because one present actions and or effects of one wholesome and unwholesome actions, karma in the past life. In the Chula Karma Vibhanga Sutta of the Majjhima Nikaya, collection of the Buddha middle length discourses, the Buddha has stated that whenever one commit a skillful or unskillful volitional deed, karma, one is the owner of the deed and has to bear the eventual consequences. A skillful deed will result in a happy consequence, while an unskillful deed will result in an unhappy consequence.
Okay. That's what I taught you yesterday also. The same thing. Every action have a reaction, isn't it? So every action. So if your action is wholesome, you will receive what? Wholesome, good. If your action is unwholesome, you will receive bad or unwholesome. So that's why Buddha always saying that being a human also a result of our good action. Being a human. And developing mind also. That's why Buddha always saying that do good. Complete your 10 perfection. Always. Try to do something good in every time. It helps you to success in your here life as well as your mundane life. So, finally as a summary, I want to tell you, these all 8 worldly conditions are impermanence. If you can face both in the same way, not with attachment or not in aversion, be middle path always. Don't get so happy or cheerful or entertain more when you get good, when you get gain, when you get appreciations. And also, don't be so sad or frustrated. Don't suffer because of the lost, because of the infamy. Just be middle path. Whatever happen, whatever get, face equal. If you can do that, you are the wise person. If you can be noble, maintain noble silence when you get appreciation. And if you can maintain your noble silence when you get blames, you are a wise person. So that's what this sutra teach you, Lokavipati Sutta. If you want to attain to the liberation, if you want to go path of liberation, don't get attached or away for these 8 worldly conditions. Be in the middle path. Follow the middle path. Because can you remember, Buddha, when he trying to become the enlightened person, when he was Bodhisattva, tried these 2 paths. Kamasukhallikana Yoga, Attakilamatana Yoga we call. Kamasukhallikana Yoga means being luxurious, having all the comfort. He understood that I won't attain to the liberation. Attakilamatana Yoga, he did 6 years. What do you call that? Ascecting. 6 years. So did he enlighten? No. Then he understood the middle path is the right path. So that's why this sutta describe you, advise you, go in the middle path, neutral. You're not going to not be partial for any side. When you get any kind of thing, be in the middle path. For the young monks, I'm saying, young monks, now you are young people, youth of the world, you will be face lot of these kind of things in your life in the future. So every day keep that in your mind. The Bhikkhuni taught you Lokavipati Sutta. I don't be going to be so happy, so cheerful when I'm happy. I'm not going to be lose, suffer, die, stress when I lose the things. Always I keep it. When you're going, walking in the middle path, it's so balanced, peaceful for your mind. That's why Buddha advised, accept this all worldly condition in a middle way. All right. So have you get any question? Time pass. That's why. Any questions regarding these 8 worldly conditions in Lokavipati Sutta? All good? Okay, this will be my last Dhamma sermon with you, but I will be with you for the coming 4 days also. So, as I told you yesterday, take maximum advantage of this program and learn something to your life, change your life, be happy whatever you get. So, maybe that every time we won't get what we want. So, be middle path, be happy what you have, and as I said, failures are not failures until you stay the fallen place. Did you get my point? Failures are not failures until you stay in the fallen place. That means whenever you fail, don't stay in the same place. Try to achieve that again and again for your success. Okay? So one day, I don't know whether we will meet again and again after this novitiate, but one thing remember. Human life is very rare thing. In this whole world, human life is very rare thing. You are so fortunate, you are so lucky, and you have done lot of good karma, wholesome in your previous life, in your sansaric journey. That's why you born like this. So take maximum advantage of this human life. Be good to the society. Be good to everyone. Make everyone happy. Be not for others, but for yourself. One day, you can be so happy about you. Even though it doesn't matter what's happening. But you know who are you. To maintain that, be happy, take maximum advantage. Read again and again. Okay? Apply these theory for your practical life. That's the major thing. Writing. It's no good. Using that in a practical way is the best way. When you have a problem, just think the things that you learn from this program. How you maintain your noble silence. How you practice patience. How you practice metta. How you practice your compassion through this program. How you practice your mudita, joy in this program. How you practice, how you learn about equanimity in this program. Just take all these things to your day-to-day life. When you're working, when you're having the family life, when you're having the connection with the society, use these things. Okay? And success your life. Be happy. I bless you all to have a long, healthy life with full of happiness, and may you attain to the final liberation of Nibbana. Okay, blessings. Sabbitiyo vivanjantu, sabbirogo vinassetu, Mati bhavantantarayo, Sukhi digayo ko bhave, bhavatu sabbe mangalam, Rakkantu sabbe devata, sabbe buddhanu bhavene, sada sunti bhavantu te, bhavetu sabbe mangalam, Rakkantu sabba devata sabba dhammanu bhavine sada sotti bhavantu te bhavetu sabba mangalam rakkantu sabba devata sabba sanganu bhavine sada sotti bhavantu te. May you be free from all the mental and physical suffering. Finally, may you all attain to the final liberation of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.